Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, fellas. What's going on?
Hey, how y'all brothers feeling?
Chilling,
in 2021, man.
Chilling.
With a bang.
I feel you.
This ain't 2021 though.
What is this?
What is it?
It's 2020, but the 13th month.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we got an extension.
Yeah, we got an
Yeah, we got
extension
an
on this
extension,
one,
bro.
This shit crazy.
This shit still 2020.
So let's get right to this. We saw what happened in the Capitol, man. You know what I mean, with these supporters, how they ran inside there and terrorized and all that. What's your feelings on that?
Want to go spot?
Yeah, why not? It's all Donald Trump's fault.
Wow,
It's all his fault.
That's real.
It's all his fault.
Okay, how was that?
Everything's his fault. Don't you understand that?
So that just sound like a cop out.
He's evil. Everything's his fault. Now, all jokes aside, man. You know, so I was listening to what he said, right? Mm-hmm. He definitely incited, the mob. He stirred it nicely. But I mean, his son and Giuliani, I think, was even worse with the things they said.
No, yeah, I agree with
that. So, so even though he's getting, and Trump is getting killed in the press, and rightfully so, and they impeached him for the second time, and, so on and so forth, because, a leader of the free world should not be inciting things like that. However, I really think his son and Giuliani, man, said things that are, I don't know why no one's bringing them up on.
Yeah, they ignited it more than Trump. But Trump is the bigger name, so they always gonna go for the bigger name.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, man. This is it. He says, well, he's been saying things that are untrue and unfactual. Yeah. He's been saying it for 4 years, right?
That's true.
And so even before he lost the election, you could kind of see the angle he was gonna take, because he was like, and don't let them steal this from us. And so when he lost, he already planted that seed in these people's head, man. So, all he had to do, once he said, hey, man, let's go storm down to the Capitol, man. I mean, he literally wanted people to storm down there and change a whole entire vote in the election result.
So
like
you took that, he's saying, let's storm down to the Capitol, to bust through the damn building, go in there, cause chaos, or maybe let's go there, show our force and protest like civilians supposed to do.
Okay, yo, honestly, if you look at it like that and you're rational about things, no, he didn't do that.
So
he didn't do it like that. He knew what he was trying to do.
Okay, what did he say that says go inside that building?
No, he didn't say go inside that building,
okay,
but he pretty much said go down there and let's change a whole entire election, and Mike Pence better have the balls to do what's right. Which, by the way, he has no power.
Threw his man under the bus like Nino Brown.
He has no power in the Constitution to even do these things that he wants. So.
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating what he did to Pence. What he did to Pence was fucked up.
I mean, come on, man.
But what I'm saying is that I did not get from him, me being a sane, rational person, listening to Donnie sit there and say, let's storm down there to the Capitol. I don't get bust in there, bust windows out, climb over walls.
Well, see, Tut, you just said it. You sane and rational. Remember the movie The Fan? So a lot of dudes felt like them doing that was getting on Trump's good side. These dudes is delusional, bro.
Yeah, and not only that, bro. If you got the president telling you how you have to stop the steal, so you have to literally go down there and stop the steal. How is he going to stop it? How are you going to stop it? You need to get inside them halls of Congress, right?
Dude, that's what they
did. How are you going to get inside them halls of Congress?
Exactly. He knew what he was doing. He stirred that pot perfectly, bro. He stirred it perfectly.
How. He said to stop the steal. So how would you go about stopping the steal?
See, like your train of thinking, I get, because it's like rational. All right, yeah, let's go there and protest.
Okay, so let's put a little twist on this. If that was Obama, and we felt like we was getting robbed, ripped off, or anything like that, and he go and say the exact same thing as Trump, would you go inside that building? Would you attempt?
They're not letting us in there.
That's not what I asked you. Would you attempt to go inside that building?
No, yeah, but
why wouldn't you attempt to go inside?
Because they're gonna shoot us at the door, bro.
Yeah, but you can't use.
So shooting us as soon as we walk in 100 feet from the Capitol. Dudes is getting shot.
I'm not arguing about what the outcome would have been. I'm asking you, if Obama said what he said, would you go down there? Because I know y'all support Obama. Would you go down there and storm inside, bust through the thing?
I'm not going nowhere where there's government.
Why?
Because we're rational.
I want to live, bro.
Because we're rational.
You shitting
people.
me?
But you can't use our rationale and defend.
It's like I told you, I go back.
his
go back
verbiage
to
that he used. You can't do
the
that.
fan thing. There's people out there that really think that them going inside the Capitol has something to do with saving Trump's
He
presidency.
told them to stop the steal.
You know what I'm
How you
saying?
going to stop the steal?
Niggas is like Robert De Niro, bro.
when you talk to a segment of people and you literally tell them that you have to go and stop the steal because these people just infringed on your rights, on your democracy, on the president that you want, and someone has literally taken away from you, what are these people going to do?
So if Obama said that to you,
Why do you keep going back to Obama? I need you to answer the question. How do you think
How
are they going to stop the steal?
I protest, show force,
But
be
so-
outside. That's me. I'm
But
not going.
But they
inside
did protest.
Okay, but I'm not going.
Right? They protest, right?
What I'm saying is basically what you're saying. I'm saying you're holding Trump responsible for irrational people, assholes who went inside the building.
Yes, because he
So
himself.
he's the Pied Piper.
Listen, if you don't think he's the Pied Piper, we can stop this
Yo,
podcast
he was
right now.
standing there playing the music.
He's
and
an irrational
he found
president.
100 dumb motherfuckers to go up there and do what they want to do.
He's not a rational man. He's never been a rational man, and he caters to this particular segment of people. How do you think that was going to end? He's been doing it for 4 years, bro.
I'm not arguing about who he's catering to. I'm not arguing about that these people are delusional assholes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why are we putting responsibility on a person where you got irrational people who just take whatever he say literally and just go and do some dumb shit? So then that's when I sat there and said, if Obama said the same thing, would you go there? No, you wouldn't go there because you want to know why? Because you got common sense.
Yeah, but clearly Trump doesn't have common sense.
How's he?
Because he doesn't. And he's talking to a man who voted for him.
Yeah, he sent out a tweet though.
He don't have common sense.
January 6th, make sure you come to the Capitol or some shit
And bust through the doors, take over,
he have
go
to say
inside,
that.
go inside Nancy Pelosi.
So let me get this straight. Everything he's done since he's lost the election, right? Everything he's done has been
fake news.
Has been not rational, right? You agree with that, right? So him not conceding,
what you consider not rational?
Okay, dude, listen. If you lose, right, and then you feel like there's been fraud, right, and then people, mind you, some people that you put into these positions, and they all investigate your false claims of fraud, right, and then they look into it and they come back to you and they're like, "Yo, Donnie, not gonna lie to you, champ. There wasn't really a lot of fraud," and you still keep pumping that tempo or that temperature that there was fraud and how someone stole some shit from you. You don't think you're gonna rile people up?
Okay, but if I really feel that in my delusional mind, if I really feel that way, I got the right to express the way I feel.
Well, and the people that he's speaking to, they delusional also.
Okay,
bro, they went in there to try to hang the VP, man. Come on, bro.
I understand with Spot. I'm not saying that we arguing about stuff that we both know what happened. We know.
So what's your argument here, bro? What's your point?
My point is, stop putting that on Trump because you got delusional people. If you want to sit there and put something on it, Don Jr. What Don Jr. said,
that shit was crazy. And no one
he's the biggest culprit though.
He's
one of the biggest culprit, but he's the bigger name. Because no matter, think about it. If you Jordan, but B.J. Armstrong did something stupid, they gonna blame Jordan before they blame B.J. Armstrong. You feel what I'm saying? Because Jordan is the bigger name. They're gonna say Jordan antagonized B.J. Armstrong to do that hit or do that. That's what it is. Donald Trump taking the hits, but his son and Giuliani really stirred the pot. Them niggas wasn't even underlying nothing. They was telling dudes run up in there and take the Capitol.
Which I agree with, but bro, like I said, 4 years of this behavior, 4 years of putting misinformation out there, 4 years of not telling facts, and he always quick to say fake news, but honestly, he's put more fake news out there than any president we've ever had. How can you not think this? I mean, is this surprising what happened? And how can you not put it at him? He's their president. It's his fault.
He was.
It just is, man.
Like I said, he's a shit show of a president, bro. I mean,
it's his fault, man.
Certain people.
Donnie was all funny.
Certain
games,
people
man,
liked him about the America stuff and
go.
us not going overseas to get whatever. But he hasn't been a great president, bro.
Who has been a great president?
Nobody.
I mean, none of them. And
Nobody.
Okay.
So nobody been a great president. Why are we going
the greatest? Matter of fact, me and Cuz was talking about this in the car. I said the greatest president was Reagan because niggas was selling drugs like crazy in the street. Made a lot of money.
How's that great?
Yeah, but then
how's that great? We sitting there
for the streets. It was
that's
beautiful.
Not great.
But then a lot of people was on poverty.
Shout out to my man. Rest in peace, David Dinkins.
I don't know about Reagan, man.
That was a good era for me, man.
What crack fucked up everybody's lives. Crack set us so far behind.
It was good for the hustlers, not for the users, bro.
It was good. It was bad for the. I wasn't using this shit. Fuck me. My father smoked crack, bro.
All right, I understand.
So
that resonates. That resonates.
We went from the American dream to the American nightmare within 2 years. 2 years.
I got you.
Listen, man, there's no such thing as a great president. You know, all these presidents are flawed.
No.
But Donald Trump didn't have a background in public service, so
that's the problem. I don't want to see a guy to sit there and get on the mic. Listen, we're going to do everything we could do to make America great. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then you're going around giving all our money away to Iran. You're doing dumb shit. I'd rather have the guy with the big mouth that's an idiot, but the economy is booming.
Is that Trump wasn't it. It was just America saying fuck you too. For us voting for Obama, that's all it was. Bro.
But if we
bro, he wasn't qualified, bro.
But if
I could run for, you could run for president. I could run for
that's
president.
what's that beautiful thing about America. Where you show in the Constitution it says
That
you got to go to college, you have to be this, you have to be that. It says,
but before Trump,
you have to be at
that's
least
what
30,
you had to do, though, bro.
You have to be at least 36 years of age and not a felon. That's the only qualifications it takes for you to be an American president.
Before Trump got into presidency, those are the qualifications you needed to do.
Oh no, he's a felon.
He's not convicted.
That's the part. He's
not convicted, but we're just being real. It's the qualifications. It states right there. You have to be 36 years old, and you have not to have a felony, and then you could be the United States president. So if you can get enough people to vote for you and get enough electoral votes, and you can be the president, you get the smart advisors next to you, and that's what you do. Ronald Reagan was a beeline actor. He became president. That's your guy that you said was a great president.
Yeah, but
for the streets.
But he did have some public service to him. I mean, he was the governor of California,
and he was a racist.
No, super racist.
So how can we sit there and say a racist was a great president?
It was great for the streets. I mean, he was great as a president.
But y'all know these are not the people say Donald Trump is racist, right? Which I kind of disagree with. But that's another topic for later.
He's racist,
but I think he's more of an asshole. Let's just say if he was,
he has that. I'm mightier than you.
Yeah, that's because he's rich. I don't think it's because he's racist.
Yeah, I mean, he has that.
That's because he's rich and he's a New Yorker. So I mean, I
don't see a racist that go and shout out Eric B, who's been friends with him for 30 years.
And I don't see a racist who, when Kim Kardashian came to him, he was letting low level drug offenders out of jail. I mean, I love President Obama, but he wasn't even doing that. So I wouldn't say he's racist. But let's just say if he was, he's not the first racist president. This history is built on racism, right?
Woodrow Wilson.
I mean, Andrew Jackson. We can go on. I mean, Lyndon B. Johnson. We could go on and on and on. I'm just saying, man, Trump did some real bad things in his 4 years, but he also did some good things too. And
so what are the all right? So let's talk about that. What are the good things you think that Trump did as far as his presidency?
Now, like I say, I'm not defending him, but I just try to look at shit kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, he got ISIS the fuck up out of here. I mean, ASAP. The things he did. And he kind of like took the handcuffs off the military to kind of, things are so crazy right now. We don't really talk about, ISIS like we once used to in the news cycle. But Trump did some things, man. He got ISIS up out of here. And not only that, man, as far as the economy, before COVID, I know the economy is shit right now. But if we're just being totally honest, before COVID hit, man, the economy was booming, bro. It really was. Okay. I just feel like his put America first mantra, I know it drives some people crazy, but as far as like trade and stuff like that, I can understand the angle he was coming from. You know what I mean? He was tough on China with a lot of restrictions and things like that.
But then he had some prior talkings with them also. He was getting flack for.
What you mean?
I forgot what it was with the what's that dude from China named what the fuck is the president name over there, man?
Talking about North Korea.
Nah, that's North Korea. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now look at China. Now that we took this hit on COVID, I mean, look at China's economy. They say they did good. Them niggas is up like 2% in the economy now. So I'm just saying, man, as far as business go, I just hope
you felt him being a president with the business part.
With the business part, he didn't do too shabby. If we're being all the way honest, I know he's a.
How about you, Tut? What you feel like? What you think was the good things that Trump did in his presidency for you?
It's the add on to what he said, I'm pro 2A. I think you got to defend the Second Amendment. I don't want to be calling 911 and a motherfucker got a gun to my wife's head and shit right there. But that's what your boy.
Booming town, nigga, it's over.
But that's what your
calling 911. Come pick him up after. You know what I mean?
But leave it to the Democrats. They don't believe in that. They believe you take the guns away, sit there and call the police, let the professionals handle it. Meanwhile, the brains is
not to say that
splattered
like that,
all
bro.
over the street. So you got right there. I love what he did for the economy, and I like to go back what he did to make American businesses strong, where we can compete with China. Tax them where they stuff can't come over here cheap, and make it where
which I know because I get a lot of shit from overseas.
Yeah.
And that shit be costing me like $70 fucking for shipment. That shit be crazy.
So before now, it makes you look at an American company where you might get that American product a little bit cheaper than from shipping it from China, and that puts money into an American economy instead of sending the money all the way over to China for nothing. That's I believe in America first. I'm like, America's never been great for people of color.
No,
I'll be the first. I'll be first to say that.
No.
But
And I
we're
agree
here.
with you wholeheartedly.
Nobody's not trying to get no boats. Nobody's not trying to do the Marcus Garvey and go to Africa. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, that's a
right.
fact.
So now we here. So now we got to sit there and let's make this home a better home. That's where we at now. And the way I feel like Team Blue does it, I don't think they do it the right way. It doesn't line up where my beliefs is. Everybody beliefs is different. Everybody look at things different. Me and you can look at the same picture, but we're going to see the picture in a different way. I don't believe with Joe Biden and what he said. I just don't believe that.
Well, you know what was going on with both parties? This is my opinion. Everything is extreme. You feel me? Like the Capitol riots is a good example of the right wing going extreme, right?
Absolutely.
And the Democratic Party, which, you know, I voted for a lot, you know what I mean? But why I kind of made the switch is because now they're going too extreme. Motherfuckers is a little too woke, in my opinion. Yeah, y'all niggas is too woke. It's too extreme. There's no one middle. I mean, yo, that woke Democrat shit, they'll cancel you, bro. Like, you could have said some shit and called your girlfriend a bitch in 1991, and if they find that shit out about you, they're gonna try to cancel you.
But yeah, that's why I feel like niggas get it wrong at, because you know we all been through shit, and me as a youngin and me now as a grown ass man, it's two different people. So my train of thinking at that time is way more different than my train of thinking of this time. So you shouldn't like cancel somebody because when they was young they slapped their girlfriend, or you know what I mean, or
they
he had a girlfriend and he cheated or whatever.
They will cancel you, bro.
No, I know they would. I know what it would. Let's transition on this, because this is another thing that I was seeing online, and then people was talking about how the Black Lives Matter movement would never be able to penetrate the Capitol, but how these white dudes, these white supremacists and Trump supporters got all the way inside the Capitol, and how it's like we live in two different Americas that they were saying. So what's y'all feelings on that?
Well, if you look at I posted a video today. All of them got help from the police to get in. You can see video I posted on Facebook.
Yeah, you seen that?
Pictures of them.
Yeah. So of course, if the police is walking side by side with them and they can walk in, if that
crazy.
would have been people of color, majority of color,
we would not take a.
We would not even make it past the steps.
Exactly, because you saw when they had the Black Lives Matter protest,
and I basically put a lot of people, some of my conservative friends on Facebook. I put them on blast. Because like, look, now you see chaos and everything you was saying about what the Black Lives Matter, but you're quiet. You're quiet now.
Yo, you notice you don't see no Blue Lives Matter, right?
Yo, listen.
Like cops, like how many cops died at the riot? One or two? One
died,
just one died. And like you seen that one cop who was getting wedged in between the door, like he was yelling for his life, man. Yo, I don't see no Blue Lives Matter.
A lot of them dudes went to hiding, bro.
Where's Pat Lynch? Where's Pat Lynch?
Yeah, I don't see it.
He sat there. He was praising Donald Trump. Where's Pat Lynch?
Yeah, a lot of people.
They full of shit.
And that's the extremism of all this political bullshit. No one, bro, I just need someone to call it like it is, man. I don't need to be so much to one side where I can't see
get that, bro, because politics is what I could sell you. Niggas is salesmen. When you're a politician, is what I could sell you.
And that's my point where I was trying to explain to you earlier, is that I don't want politicians. If you Joe the plumber and you could do a better job than Joe Biden, I could give two fucks if you can't talk straight English or nothing. But at the end, I don't.
But that's the problem we have now, because we put a non-politician into office.
If we didn't have,
you have to have some sort of politician in you, bro. You have to.
If we didn't have COVID, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If we did not have that COVID epidemic or pandemic, we would not be having this conversation. He would be in president, and them same crackers ass motherfuckers who sat there holding the Confederate flag, they're going to praise him. The same way when Obama was in office, they disrespected that man. Let's not act like, yo, they wasn't around. This man used to sit there when his motorcade come through. You see people with monkeys and black tar babies and stuff like that hanging right there. So let's not say like these guys was in high. They was there.
They've been there.
Oh, so what's the big deal?
The country's been built on
I don't like them. They don't like me. I could give fucks. 2 fucks. If one of them was president, I could give fuck. If David Duke could be a good damn president, I don't give a fuck that you're a racist. If my life can be better because of you, that's it. It's been proven. Look at Lyndon B. Johnson, a known racist, signed the civil rights. But
that's but that's a low key a contradiction because if David Duke, well, let's just use your example. If he was the president, he's really gonna make your life as a black man better.
If he was able to make my life better, and he sat there and said, "I don't like you, but you can stay over here, and you gonna get all the rights of the people right here." I can tell you like this, bro. The worst thing for Black America was when the Jim Crow shit got stopped. When they stopped the separation, because we was becoming more prosperous. We was sitting there. We had our own banks. We was trading amongst ourselves. We didn't need them motherfuckers. So now when you sitting there doing, now we trading with them and stuff like that.
Because, and I hear where you're going with this, because socially, okay, integration should be what it is, but economically, it fucked us up. Yes. Because now we're not pouring the black dollar into the business and it's not circulating now. Now it's going here and there and here.
How many people own business in the black community?
Not too many.
Not too many.
I own a business. Only reason why I think I get away with it because my partner's light skinned. They think he's Spanish.
You light skinned too, champ.
Nah, but anyway.
Nah, you yellow. You yellow.
Whatever. But yeah. This is what it is. How many people own the grocery stores? No. I mean, of color. We used to have it black and Spanish. That was the dominant thing.
No. Yeah, in the neighborhood, yeah, it was. Yeah. But now you got the the Indians and the
Middle Eastern Chinese people. So you go to the fish market. You ever seen a black person own the fish market lately? No. So you go. We got Chinese restaurants on every corner, right? We sit there. We live off that right there. So every time it takes 6 minutes, the Black American dollar stays in the community 6 minutes. 6 minutes. The same dollar would get into the Chinese community. It stays in that community for 60 days. How could I win?
So let me ask you something. We don't have these businesses? Why? Because one, they won't let us have it, or two, we're not educated to know that we can have certain things as well too. Because
you know what it is. Not to cut you off. Some people feel like they don't want to do the work, bro. You know, these kids, like, think about it, the people that come that got those Chinese restaurants. They go in there and they work until that business start flourishing. Yeah. And then they leave that and open a new one in another neighborhood. Yeah. You know, we tend to want the reward, but not put in the work. Niggas just want to make money, but don't want to do what it takes to make the money.
And it goes back to previous times we discussed this. When you're black or people of color and you're living in these minority neighborhoods and you're giving handouts, they're basically feeding you. You're not taught to feed yourself. And that's a problem.
It's a super problem.
I don't believe in somebody should have a career on welfare. I know people in my own family that been on welfare since I'm 45 years old, and I know cousins that I know that's on welfare now that was on welfare since I was a young kid, and they still on welfare. Healthy. That's not. How did that happen? How was they able to get away with this right now?
And that's a cycle. And then their kids see that, and then they're raised on that.
So nobody can tell me I don't have a right to say if a David Duke could sit there and put some fire behind. Well, listen, you're not going to be on this system for the rest of your life. You're going to sit there and you're going to go and you're going to have to go to work. Now, it's a program here. Long as it's fair. That's all I ask. You could be whoever you are is fair. I don't care about if you're talking the politically correct way, or if you can't speak as good as Obama could speak. No, I don't care about that. I care about results. At the end of the day, results. So when Obama was in office, everybody sat there and said, oh, well, the Senate, money-making mentioned them. They was always against him. He could never get nothing passed and stuff like that. So now you got a full deck of cards with Joe Biden. If Joe Biden is good and he does what he could, and he does something to make the country better, then he got my vote. Yeah, but if he don't do the thing, stop with this Democrats and Republican things. Do it as an indiviable.
I don't trust politicians.
Yeah, but and
so
that's
if you
the thing,
don't trust politicians, so you don't trust politicians, but you saying you giving Trump because he's not a traditional.
Because he was not the right man to lead this country. But, like, do I want Trump in a business meeting? So for us to get some shit, yeah. But do
see,
I want him to run my country?
Here's the thing.
So who you want to run your country?
Okay.
If you don't trust politicians, who do you want to run the country?
Listen, I don't know. I really
But here's
don't
the
know.
thing.
I can't
Here's
tell
the
you
thing.
that. It got to be what they selling me, because they salesmen.
COVID,
I gotta believe what you're selling me.
COVID kind of exposed his leadership, because honestly, there's more than being the president besides having a booming economy. You know what I mean? You got to do some foreign affairs shit. You got to handle particular sets of people that feel like they ain't not getting their voices heard. You might have to handle a fucking pandemic, which happened. But prior to that pandemic, was the country in bad shape? If we're being honest, was the country in bad shape?
No.
Economically, wasn't in bad shape.
No.
Okay, now did a lot of the country hate their president at that time?
I think it was about the same, but on the opposite end, because a lot of people hated Obama, but it was the other end. So now, if the roles were reversed, black people couldn't stand.
Talking to that mic.
Black people couldn't stand the Trump, to say. Right?
Yeah.
So it's safe to say the Confederate flag holders
Yeah.
couldn't stand Obama. Yeah. So I'm saying it's basically the even, but it's just
switch sides, because no one's ever gonna, because if black people feel like if there's a Republican if the Republican president, that means that person is against them, because black people primarily vote Democrat. If there's a Democratic president,
that's something that we grew up as kids. They used to always say, if you vote Democrat, you vote for somebody that's for you.
That's for you. But as I get older, I realize that motherfucker that's for you will keep you in poverty and have your ass begging for anything you ever want in life, and don't put you in a position to exceed, in a position to succeed and become a homeowner and to get a good paying job. But they'll give you some money. They'll give you some money. Hey, if the Democrats are so much for the people, get rid of student debt.
Exactly. But that's to answer your question. Where you'd be like, who I trust? I don't trust nobody, because me growing up, there was so many politicians that we voted for that were supposed to do this and do that. And like I said, they only care about the black and minority vote on the 4th year when they want to get reelected.
Nancy Pelosi took a knee with Kenta cloth on. That's when I knew. I said, these Democrats is running crazy.
Now y'all want to take a knee.
Now y'all wasn't taking a knee 5 years ago with Cap. Now y'all all Black Lives Matter.
Take a knee.
All of y'all?
Now everybody want to hold hand in solidarity.
If you don't see through that bullshit, then I don't know what to tell you.
It's like this. We're never going to get along. We needed to stop that kumbaya. Yeah. Even though we celebrating MLK birthday, which is the 15th, but we celebrated 3 days later on a Monday to make it convenient for holidays.
I'm just glad we celebrate him, period. Because honestly, he was a man who wanted civil rights not only for his people, but civil rights for everybody. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question. How do you think MLK would have been out here now with everything that's been going on?
Dr. King, which was a Republican, by the way. I know the party, what it was is not what it is now.
Being a Republican, just because you're a Republican doesn't make you a bad person.
Back then being a Republican was like being a Democrat.
No,
right? Am I saying that correctly?
Growing up, if you was Republican, you was not for us. That's
but when Martin Luther King was a Republican, I think that party was kind of like
the party changed when you started with the Kennedys,
which is so crazy because
when John Lewis and everybody lobbied to help Kennedy and everybody get in office, so it churned.
Yeah, but to answer the whole question, man, how he would have handled things that's going on today, of course he's going to want civil rights for his people and police that shooters down in the street. He would want them held accountable. But then that man was also a man of faith, and I think he would promote unity with everybody. This thing that white people are all bad, or that every single person who voted for Trump is a racist.
It's not that they're racist. It's just we seen in America the consistency of white privilege, bro.
It's
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of white privilege. Like,
it is.
It's just certain shit that these white people got away with within the Capitol, where dudes is taking selfies with you, letting you walk in, trash a place.
That's crazy.
Where me tutting you, we would have got shot when we parked in the parking lot, bro.
That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? So
but then on the flip side of that, we also was allowed to put a big ass Black Lives Matters in the middle of the street.
Yeah, but it still wasn't. These dudes went inside
for
the Capitol.
photo ops, bro.
For photo ops.
Yeah,
it's for photo ops.
But think about it. These dudes was allowed to go inside the Capitol, bro. Inside the Capitol.
That's because let me give you an example. I go to the gun store. none of these people look like me, nothing. But once they know I have a permit to carry a firearm, I'm like one of their brothers.